The beeping of the heart monitor pierced the sterile air like a relentless accusation, each tone a reminder that my son's life hung by threads of machinery and prayer. Tommy's small hand lay limp in mine, his skin clammy and pale under the harsh fluorescent lights of the ICU. Bruises bloomed across his forehead like dark petals, and the ventilator hissed rhythmically, forcing air into lungs too weak to fight alone. I hadn't slept in 36 hours, my eyes burning from tears that wouldn't stop, my mind a whirlwind of what-ifs. What if I hadn't trusted her? What if I'd picked him up earlier? The room smelled of antiseptic and despair, the kind that clings to your clothes and soul. And then my phone vibrated on the bedside table, shattering the fragile silence. It was Mom. I answered without thinking, my voice a cracked whisper. Mom. Tommy's still critical. The doctors say. Elena, tomorrow's Lily's bridal shower prep, she interrupted, her tone brisk, as if discussing grocery lists. You need to be at the house by 9. We've got the decorations to set up, and the caterers are coming early. Lily's counting on you. I froze, the words slamming into me like a physical blow. My grip tightened on Tommy's hand, his tiny fingers unresponsive. Fury ignited in my chest, hot and immediate, but I choked it back. I can't. Mom, he's in the ICU. He might not make it through the night. I can't leave him. A pause, then a sigh that carried years of dismissal. Oh, Elena, don't be dramatic. Kids are resilient. Remember when you fell off your bike at his age? You were fine. Lily's wedding is once in a lifetime. She's your sister. Family comes first. Family comes first. The phrase echoed in my head, twisting into something bitter. I stared at Tommy's swollen face, the tube taped to his mouth, and something inside me snapped, not audibly but deep, where resentment had festered for years. How dare she? My son, her grandson, was fighting for every breath, and she reduced it to a childhood scrape. But I didn't scream. Not yet. Instead, I whispered, "What about Tommy? Isn't he family?" "Of course he is," she replied, impatience creeping in. "But Lily's been through so much planning this. You know how stressed she is. Just come for a few hours. It'll do you good to get out of that hospital." I ended the call, my hand shaking as I set the phone down. The room spun, the beeps blurring into a cacophony. Anger surged, raw and unfiltered. Anger at Mom for her blindness, at myself for expecting better, but mostly at Lily. My perfect little sister, the one who always got the spotlight, the forgiveness, the excuses. Tommy wouldn't be here if not for her. And as I sat there, stroking his hair, the memories flooded back, unbidden and vicious. It had started 2 weeks ago, a seemingly innocent favor. I was buried in deadlines at work. Single mom life meant no safety net, and Lily offered to watch Tommy for the afternoon. "Come on, sis," she'd said over coffee, her smile all teeth and false warmth. "I love spending time with my nephew. We'll go to the park, get ice cream. It'll be fun." I hesitated. Lily and I had never been close. She was the golden child, the one who graduated top of her class, landed the charming fiancé, while I scraped by after my divorce from Mark, raising Tommy alone. But she insisted, and Mom had been pushing us to bond before the wedding. So I dropped him off at her apartment, kissing his forehead. "Be good for Aunt Lily, okay?" "Okay, Mom," he mumbled, clutching his backpack. That evening, the call came from the hospital. Tommy had been found unconscious in an alley behind a bar downtown. Not the park, not anywhere near ice cream. Hit and run, they said at first. Blunt force trauma, internal bleeding. But as details trickled in from witnesses, the story cracked. He'd been with Lily at a pre-wedding celebration. Her words, a boozy lunch with her fiancé, Derek, and friends. Tommy, bored and ignored, wandered off. Lily claimed she didn't notice until too late. But the police report I demanded later hinted at more. Alcohol levels, an argument overheard. Lily had been drinking, distracted, and Tommy paid the price. I confronted her the next day in the waiting room, my voice low but trembling. "What happened, Lily? Really?" She fidgeted with her engagement ring, eyes darting. It was an accident, Elena. He just slipped away. Kids do that. Bullshit. The word escaped before I could stop it. Witnesses saw you yelling at him. Said you were upset about something he said. What did he say? Her face paled, but she recovered with that practiced poise. Nothing. He was being a brat talking back. You know how he is sometimes. He's 10. I hissed, glancing at the doors where doctors fought to stabilize him. You were supposed to watch him, not drag him to a bar. It wasn't a bar, she snapped, defensive now. It was a restaurant. And Derek was there, he drove us. Blame me if you want, but accidents happen. Derek. The charming real estate mogul. The one bankrolling the lavish wedding. Mom adored him, saw him as the family's ticket up. But something in Lily's eyes, guilt, fear, gnawed at me. I pushed it aside then, focused on Tommy. But now, alone in the ICU with Mom's words ringing, doubt morphed into suspicion. What if it wasn't an accident? What if Tommy had seen something he shouldn't? The night dragged on. Nurses came and went, their footsteps soft on the linoleum, the scent of coffee from their break room wafting in like a cruel tease. I dozed fitfully, dreams haunted by Lily's smile twisting into a sneer. By morning, Tommy's vitals stabilized slightly, enough for the doctor to offer cautious hope. He's a fighter, she said, patting my shoulder. I called Mom back, steeling myself. I'm not coming. Tommy needs me. Her response was ice. Lily's devastated. She thinks you blame her. I do blame her, I admitted, the words tasting like venom. A sharp intake of breath. Elena, you always were the jealous one. Lily's finally happy, and you can't stand it. If you don't show up, don't bother coming to the wedding at all. The line went dead. Heartbreak crashed over me, mingled with resentment. Jealous. Of what? Her charmed life built on lies. I paced the room, the cool air raising goosebumps on my arms. Obsession took root. I needed answers. Digging through Tommy's backpack, forgotten in my car, I found his drawing pad. Stick figures, a car, a woman yelling. And words scrawled in childish hand. Aunt Lily kissing Daddy. Teddy. Mark, my ex. The pieces slammed together. Lily and Mark. The betrayal hit like a gut punch. Heartbreak, humiliation, fury intertwining. Tommy must have seen them, confronted her. And she, what? Pushed him away. Let him run into traffic. I confronted Mark that afternoon, storming into his office. The receptionist's protests faded as I burst in. He looked up, startled, his tie askew. Elena. What? Did you screw my sister? I demanded, voice echoing off glass walls. He paled, glancing at the door. Keep it down. It's not what you think. It is exactly what I think. Tears burned, but I held them. Tommy saw you. That's why he's in the hospital. Lily freaked out, didn't she? Mark sighed, rubbing his temples. It was a mistake. Few months ago. Lily ended it when Derek proposed. Tommy walked in on us once, but we handled it. Handled it? I laughed bitterly. By neglecting him at a party. By letting him get hurt. It was an accident, he insisted, but his eyes shifted. Lily would never hurt him on purpose. I left, mind reeling. Denial crumbled. This was betrayal on every level. Sister stealing my husband, ex lying, family prioritizing her happiness over truth. Guilt gnawed, had I missed signs? But anger dominated, cold and sharpening. I wouldn't let them bury this. That evening Lily texted. Mom says you're not coming. Please, Elena. I need my sister. I stared at the screen, fingers hovering. Obsession bloomed into resolve. Go. But not for her. For justice. The plan formed slowly, whispers in my mind. Expose them at the shower? No, too soon. Let it simmer. Build the trap. I replied. I'll be there. For family. Her response. Hearts and thanks. But inside my heart iced over. Revenge wasn't ablaze. It was a slow poison. The drive to Mom's house the next morning felt like approaching a battlefield. The suburban street, lined with manicured lawns and blooming azaleas, mocked my turmoil. Birds chirped obliviously, the sun warm on my skin as I parked. Inside, the air smelled of fresh coffee and floral arrangements. Lilies, ironically. Laughter echoed from the kitchen. Mom greeted me with a stiff hug, her perfume cloying. "Glad you came to your senses." Lily rushed over, eyes red-rimmed, fake remorse. "Elena, how's Tommy?" "Stable," I said flatly, scanning her face for cracks. Derek lounged nearby, charming as ever, offering a sympathetic nod. The prep unfolded like a farce, tying ribbons on favors, arranging centerpieces. Dialogue flowed, but tension hummed beneath. "Remember when we were kids, fighting over dolls?" Lily laughed, bumping my shoulder. I forced a smile. "Yeah, you always won." Subtle digs slipped in, Mom praising Lily's strength, Derek joking about family drama. My mind raced. How to unravel this? Confront now. Well, wait for the wedding where exposure would hurt most. But doubt crept in. Was I wrong? Moral conflict twisted. Revenge meant dragging Tommy into scandal. Yet resentment fueled me. They betrayed first. As we packed up, Lily pulled me aside. "I'm sorry about Tommy." "Really? It was my fault. I should have watched him better." Admission. Or manipulation. Her eyes pleaded, but I saw calculation. "What did he see, Lily? Before the accident?" She stiffened. "Nothing." "Why?" I leaned in, voice low. "He drew a picture. You and Mark." Panic flashed, gone in an instant. "He's a kid. Imagines things." "Liar." The word hung between us. She glanced around, whispering, "Please, Elena, don't ruin this for me. Mark was a mistake. Derek's the future. And Tommy's the past." Fury simmered. "No, I'll make it right. Just keep quiet." There it was, confirmation. She knew. They all did. Suspense built as I drove home, mind plotting. I'd pretend forgiveness, attend the wedding, then strike. But guilt whispered, what if revenge destroys me too? The weeks blurred into a haze of hospital visits and feigned reconciliation. Tommy improved slowly, off the ventilator mumbling words, but scars lingered, physical and emotional. "Aunt Lily pushed me," he whispered one day, his voice weak. "She was mad I saw her with Dad." Confirmation fueled the fire. I held him, promising justice, but inside, obsession consumed me. Nights were spent planning. Fantasies of public shaming, exposing texts I'd hacked from Mark's old phone, guilt at my methods fleeting. Doubt plagued. Was I becoming the monster? Moral grayness haunted. Revenge felt justified, yet poisoned my soul. Family dinners became battlegrounds of subtlety. Mom hosted one, the dining room aglow with candlelight, the clink of silverware masking undercurrents. "Tommy's doing better?" Derek asked, pouring wine. "Yes," I replied, watching Lily squirm. "Memories coming back." Her fork clattered. "That's great." Dialogue dripped tension. "Weddings bring families together." Mom beamed, oblivious or willfully blind. "Or tear them apart," I murmured. Lily shot me a look, fear. Warning. I smiled sweetly, but inside, cold resolve hardened. The plan. At the reception, during toasts, reveal all. Photos, drawings, police hints. Ruin her perfect day as she ruined mine. But fear nipped. Consequences. Losing Mom. Tommy's stability. I paced my apartment, the city lights flickering outside like distant warnings. Heartbreak resurfaced. Betraying sister, neglectful mom. Resentment won. They deserved it. Rehearsal dinner arrived. A lavish affair at Derek's country club. Crystal chandeliers sparkled. Jazz music soft in the background. Scents of roasted lamb and vintage wine filled the air. I arrived late, heart pounding. Lily pulled me into a hug. "Thank you for being here." Natural. Or strategic. Wouldn't miss it. During speeches, Derek praised Lily's loyalty. I choked back laughter. Later, alone in the garden, gravel crunching underfoot, Mark approached. "Elena, don't do anything stupid." "Stupid like sleeping with my sister?" He winced. "It was over. Let it go." "For Tommy." "Never." He grabbed my arm, gripped tight. "You'll regret this." Threat. Suspense peaked. Did they plan to silence me? Paranoia bloomed, but I shook free. "Watch me." Wedding day dawned crisp, the church a vision of white roses and stained glass. Guests murmured, organ music swelling. I stood as bridesmaid, dress itching like a lie. Lily glowed in her gown, veil ethereal. Vows exchanged, rings slipped on. At the reception, tents on manicured lawns, fairy lights twinkling. Champagne flowed, laughter rang. My moment neared. During toasts, Mom spoke first, tearful pride. Then Derek, charming anecdotes. My turn. Heart thundered, palms slick. I rose, glass in hand. "To Lily and Derek," I began, voice steady. "May your life be as perfect as it seems." Murmurs. Lily's smile faltered. "But perfection hides cracks." I pulled out my phone, projecting Tommy's drawing onto a screen meant for slideshows. This is what Tommy saw. His aunt betraying his mother. Chaos erupted. Whispers turned to shouts. Lily's face crumpled. "Elena, no." Mom stared, horrified. "What are you doing?" "Truth," I said, voice breaking despite resolve. "She pushed him, Mom. To hide her affair with Mark." Mark bolted, Derek froze. Lily sobbed. "It was an accident. He ran off." But witnesses from the party, whom I'd anonymously tipped, spoke up. Police arrived. My earlier report finally acted on. Twist. As handcuffs clicked on Lily, Mom collapsed, clutching her chest. Heart attack. Guilt slammed me. My revenge claimed another victim. In the ambulance, holding her hand, she whispered, "Why?" "Betrayal," I choked. But as she stabilized, a deeper shock. Doctors revealed Mom knew about the affair, encouraged silence for the wedding's stability. Ultimate betrayal, from the one who birthed me. Poetic justice. Lily arrested for negligence, possibly child endangerment. Derek left her. Mark disgraced. Yet consequences lingered. Tommy traumatized, family shattered. My resolve cracked into regret. Revenge tasted ashes. Months later, visiting Tommy's therapy, I wondered, was it worth it? Obsession faded, leaving hollow victory. Betrayal birthed revenge, but revenge birthed isolation. Still, in quiet moments, cold satisfaction whispered, "They paid." And that was enough.